Hey everyone, Wheezy here from Wheezy's Bitchin' Kitchen, but today I'm foraging. So I thought, it's early spring, but there is some things you can forage and things that are not too hard to find. For instance, I happened to just go in my front yard to do this. And look at all of these beautiful dandelion flowers. So what I did is you just deadhead them. You take off the buds from the leaves, and then I'm going to they're so beautiful. I'm going to make a few things with this. All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make an infused vinegar, and this is going to be for salad dressings. So what you want to do is just take off the green part off of the dandelion, and it gets the green. If you get the leaves on them, the stems and whatnot, it makes it bitter. So if you can take that off, and you can put it right in there. You can make a syrup with this. You can make salves, tinctures, but today I'm going to, and you can use them fresh. You don't have to dry them out when you're making the vinegar. So just, they're very fresh this time of year. You want to pick them in the morning if you can, when they're all opened up. You don't want to catch them at night when they close. And with the vinegar, you want to use apple cider vinegar with the mother. Make sure it's organic. So you're going to fill this probably about halfway, something like that. It's usually 2 to 1 when you want to make your dandelion vinegar. And then, okay, that's about, there we go. So just when you use your vinegar, always give it a good shake because the mother's on the bottom. And then we're going to top it up with our vinegar. There we go. And when you're using vinegar, if you're going to be using metal lids, always make sure to have either some wax paper or plastic, because the vinegar will corrode your lids, and you don't want that. It's going to contaminate. 1 minute, I forgot something. Forgot my chopstick. That's what this is. Brain fart. So what you want to do with the chopstick is you just want to push all your flowers down. Make sure that they're completely saturated. And with the vinegar, you probably 2 weeks, just shake it, put it in a dark place, and shake it every other day. Just make sure they're completely saturated. And now this also takes the air bubbles out. So I want to push down. You can see the bubbles coming up. And there we go. There. People think these are weeds, but oh my, there's such a medicinal properties to these dandelions. I specifically told my husband, no more fertilizing the grass. Makes me sad when I see people doing that. So there we go. Put it on nice and tight. And one thing don't forget, I'm going to do when I go in the house, is to label it. You want to put what's in here, when you made it, and I guess that's it, really, because you're going to know after a couple of weeks, if you mark the date on it, how long to do it. So yeah, you shake it up, and see? Oh, let's see with all this. There we go. They're in there. So it's about I just want to try it out, so I'm going to do half a jar. Now, the next thing I want to make, all my nice dandelion flowers. Aren't they pretty? I love them. They're this time of the year, they're nice to eat. You just gotta, and they're sweet, and they're, oh my God, delicious. And they're really good on salads. Eat that stuff, man. Just make sure there's no bugs. But this time of the year, they're not as bad. They're not really full of bugs because they're very new in the season. So for the oil, I'm going to just check these out. Going to add extra virgin cold press olive oil, and same idea. But this one here, I'm going to fill up a little bit more. Stuff it in there. Stuff it in. And yeah, you add your oil on top. This is the brand I'm using. I'm gonna glug that in there. And yeah, You know, if you didn't have dandelions, these are the one things the bees really need in the spring because there's not many flowers that are out, and they rely on these dandelions to get their pollen and to pollinate things. So it's, you know, don't hurt the poor little guys. All right, so yeah, just keep popping it down like this, and then make sure you get all the air bubbles out. I'm going to top it up with some more. I'm going to fill it as much as you can. That way there's no chance of contamination. Soak those buggers up. There we go, right to the top. So, like I was saying, you know, you don't, the bees really need these flowers to pollinate in the spring. And many people don't realize there's so many medicinal properties with the dandelion. Not just the flower, there's the leaves. The leaves this time of year are awesome. I tried them. They're very mildly bitter, but really good. You can put them on pizza once you saute them. You could just fry them up with onions and garlic in your oil. Many things you can do with them. Also, the root. The root is really good. The root you may want to keep for the fall because right now all the nutrients from the root is going to the flower because it's firstly starting to bud. But once it's budding and towards the end of the season, that's when you need the root. The root is good. You can roast the root and then you can make yourself a nice dandelion tea, which tastes like coffee. I don't know if you've ever had roasted dandelion tea, but if you're looking for a coffee substitute with no caffeine, which is excellent for the liver, anti-inflammatory, good for many things, dandelion tea is the way to go. So here we have it, my oil. So I'm going to go inside, label them. This one here you want to keep in a dark place as well, but for a little bit longer, say 4 to 6 weeks. Shake it every other day. You don't have to shake it every day, but yeah, look how pretty that looks. Mind you, it's not going to look like that later on. It's going to be a little bit more gunky looking, but isn't that pretty? Anywho. All right, well, that's all for now, guys. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.